your country is not to do, nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people sharing, living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. I may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. Thank you.
So now we're going to take a minute to set an intention. I'd like everybody to set an intention to be present today throughout the time that we're here together. And you can stand or sit, doesn't matter. I would like you to focus on your root chakra. Close your eyes, go within. Imagine the color red down by the tip of your tailbone and then in a couple of inches. Imagine the roots of a tree going down your legs, through the floor, hitting Mother Earth, and then spreading out in all directions, just like a tree root would. Imagine Mother Earth sending her love and positive energy back through those roots, up through your legs, and to your root chakra. And just take a moment to be still and present and feel that energy go back and forth from your root chakra down to Mother Earth, and Mother Earth back up to you. Just take a moment, still. Try to keep that energy throughout the day, no matter who you're come in contact with. And next, we're going to have the invocation from Pastor Jean.
Morning. Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Okay, this is the time of our service where we like to send energy to the people closest to us that are suffering and in need of healing and love, and we want to send our collective energy to them and wrap them in love and healing. So I'll start out. After I go, feel free to yell out a name or a circumstance surrounding one of your people and say healing or love or both. You don't have to disclose their name. You can say my neighbor, a friend, a cousin. You don't have to disclose what the illness or circumstance or suffering is, but just so we know who to send that energy to, and we're going to send it to the description you give us. So be as concise as you feel comfortable with. So I'll go first, and I know I've been doing this every week, but I will continue to, perhaps forever. 2 little girls that have undergone a horrific trauma in their life that will be with them forever because it can never go away. But let's blanket them in healing and love and just wrap them in it. And if you give any thought to this at all during your busy week, just take a minute and send them some more love and healing because they can use it. Trust me when I say it's the most horrific thing that can happen to a young girl. And they're both elementary age. So let's send them all the love and healing that we can collectively muster. Is there more? And so be it.
Healing for our master driver.
And so be it.
Healing for my friend Eva.
And so be it. Healing for my friend, Diane Watson, who lost her son Hans, and for my friend Vicky, who lost her son Joey, and for another very good friend who lost her daughter Nicole. Is there more? Okay, so be it. I'd like to talk today a little bit about resistance, the universal law of resistance. And the first thing that you should know about the law of resistance is what we resist most in our life, we attract to us like a big, ginormous magnet. It comes right to us. For example, if we're saying, oh no, I'm so afraid my husband's going to divorce me. I think he's, beyond mad and we're estranged and you're just thinking about this all the time, of course, if that's going on. The universe does not understand the negative thing you're saying. You're saying it in the negative. I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't want it. But what the universe understands is divorce, divorce, divorce. It understands it in the positive, always in the positive. So if you say, I don't want those flat tires, the universe hears flat tires, flat tires, flat tires. The universe is not capable of understanding negative. It only acts in the positive. So when you say or think or do stuff, make sure you're doing it in the positive to reflect exactly what you want. So instead of saying, oh my gosh, I hope my husband doesn't want a divorce, say, I want a happy marriage. Please let my husband and I work things out. Let's fall in love again. Let's be close and intimate and have each other's backs and rebuild the good relationship that we've had in the past. We say and think and do the positive things instead of the negative, because what we focus on is exactly what we create in life. Remember, we talked about vibration and how every single vibration on the planet, everything vibrates, and every vibration can only attract its own likeness. So if we're worrying about the flat tires, the bald tires on the car that may go flat at any time, and that we're obsessed with it because we got to keep driving the car to get to work, and that, all of our thoughts are focused on that every time we think we've got to go somewhere. What the universe hears is flat tires, flat tires, flat tires, bald tires, bald tires, bald tires. I need to get new tires. Is not what's going to happen out of that. What's going to happen is those tires are going to go flat. Obviously, they're going to go flat eventually anyway if they're bald. But you're going to make that happen much quicker because all of your energy, your vibration is focused on it, and you take on that vibration. That's what you send to the universe. And everything we put out there in energetic form ebbs and comes right back to us again. So it's like a tide that goes out to sea and comes right back again. And each time it comes back to us stronger, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. You've heard the saying, if you give, you get back tenfold. That's because that's positive and that's goodness. You give, and then you get it back tenfold. It's the same thing with the ugly. If you give ugly, you're going to get that back at least tenfold as well. So whatever energetic vibration you put out there is what you're going to get back, and it's going to keep coming back over and over and over again. Good comes back way, way good. Bad comes back way bad. So we want to make sure that we keep our vibration good, obviously, and we want to not focus on resisting things, and we want to focus on empowering and encouraging things instead. So we talked on the levels of consciousness in previous weeks about a lot of things. We started out with the low guilt and shame vibrating at 20 and 30, and enlightenment 700 to 1,000, and we hit on a few others. So we know unconditional love is 500, and last week we talked quite a bit about pride, and that being at the level of 175. And that's in the same level of consciousness that the entire population, all of humanity, is right now vibrating at 196, and that is still in pride mode. So I want to talk about what happens, how do you get out of that pride mode if you're stuck in there or you know someone that is. The next thing that you can get to is courage. Courage is about a 200 vibration, and courage is not a bad place to be. It's much better than pride. And in courage, when you're in the level of consciousness of courage, suddenly the world becomes interesting. It's thought-provoking. You have a lot of thoughts that you never had before, and you're beginning to let go of some of that anger and hostility that you have. So then you go the next level up from courage to neutrality, which is at about 250. At that level of consciousness, you're actually letting go of all of that need to be right, the arguing for the sake of arguing to be right. You're not angry, you don't have flags all over your car driving down the street and yelling stuff out at other people that are innocent passersby. You don't have any of that anger boiling inside of you. You've let go of all of that, and you're up there in neutrality. And after that, of course, the next level up is 350, and you come to acceptance. Now, acceptance isn't an easy level of consciousness because it's all about accepting life as it is. And it's a hard thing to just understand that I can't control my wife, I can't control my husband, I can't control my grown children, I can't control my friends' choices. I see the world doing a whole bunch of stuff I don't want them to do, but I'm completely not in control of it. So I can control this, and that's all I can control. Everyone else controls their this. So my wife can control that over there, and I can control this over here, but she can't control this, and I can't control that. And it's true with all of us. So sometimes we, feel like we're pounding our head against the wall, telling somebody, oh, do this, be like this, do. And we need to just accept that they are who they are. We can't fix them. We don't have the ability to fix people. We'll leave that to the therapists. What we can do is inspire and encourage, but we can't change them. We can't force them into the box that we'd like them to be in. And what we can do is accept that we cannot fix them. Whatever it is, whoever it is, and their choices, we are not responsible for it, and we can't fix it. We continue to try to inspire and encourage, but we simply let it be. That's what we have to do. And in order to do that, we need some tools to be able to practice acceptance. One of those tools, and the best one that I know, is conscious detachment. You have to consciously let all of that negative pass through you without having an effect. That's conscious detachment. That's a tough thing to do. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of determination to raise your level of consciousness. But when you practice conscious detachment, you will automatically start practicing acceptance. And what comes after acceptance? Reason. And that's a vibration of about 400. And who we see in the level of consciousness of 400 is doctors, scientists, people that are every day spending their time and energy trying to lift up and help humanity. Those are the people that vibrate at a 400. That's a doggone good vibration. Is it the best? Nope. But they're well on their path to enlightenment, and they're doing good things in the world. So what we want to do is try to get, obviously, practicing acceptance and learn the tools that we can use in order to get there, and then we can raise ourselves up to reason. To reason and above. Then, we go upward then to unconditional love at 500. But the first thing you have to do is start practicing acceptance so that you can get any further. Okay. That's all I have on that. I would be happy to answer any questions if you have any right now. No? Okay, good. Moving along.
Okay, so we're going to have a solo by Reed. Read all about it.
Got the words to change a nation, but you're biting your tongue. Got a lifestyle stuck in silence, afraid you'll say something wrong. If no one ever hears you, how you gonna sing your song? So come on, come on, come on, come on. You've got a heart as light as lion, so just let your voice be tamed. Baby, we're a little different, there's no need to be ashamed. Got the light to fight the shadows, so stop hiding it away. So come on, come on, come on, come on. I wanna sing, I wanna shout, I wanna scream till the words dry out. Put it in all the papers. I'm not afraid they can read all about it, read all about it. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, we're all wonderful, wonderful people. When did we all get so wonderful, wonderful people? When did we all get so fearful? Now we're finally finding our voices. So take a chance, come help me sing this. I wanna sing, I wanna shout, I wanna scream till the words dry out. Put it in all of the papers. I'm not afraid. You can read all about it, read all about it. Oh. I wanna sing, I wanna shout, I wanna scream till the words dry out. Put it in all the papers. I'm not afraid. They can read all about it, read all about it. Oh.
Thank you.
Okay, I would like to have everybody do some energy work right now. So anybody out there living, watching live or on demand later, please join us now and later when you watch this, as we do this. We're gonna do some chakra work, and I am going to go through the chakras real quick and light these candles so the energy will start. This first one is going to be the root chakra, which is down at the base of your spine. This will be your sacral chakra. It's going to be about 2 inches below your belly button, 2 inches in. This will be your solar plex. There we go. It's going to be about 3 inches above your belly button. And then your heart chakra, where your heart is. Your throat chakra. Just imagine energy in all these spots. Third eye chakra. And now your crown chakra. So we're going to focus on our third eye chakra. So if everybody can close your eyes and get really comfortable, and I am going to just walk you through some things. So your third eye chakra, if it is blocked, the things that you are going to have a hard time with, and just as I name these things, please imagine and think about if this is going on with you. You're going to have poor vision. You're going to have poor memory. You're going to have a hard time with your imagination. You're going to have a hard time recalling dreams that you might have. You might live in denial of a lot of things out there in the world. And you may find yourself be insensitive to a lot of things around you. So take a moment and just imagine all those things that I just named. Do you experience a lot of those in your daily life? Would you like to not experience a lot of those in your daily life? So if you take the time on a daily basis to open up this chakra and have it balanced, the things that you will experience will be good vision, clear intuition, where you, when you're driving down the road and you know that you're supposed to turn right, but you think, no, that's not the right way, you listen to it and you turn right, instead of arguing with your message that you're getting. Perception. Your perception will be clearer and you will be able to follow it better. Psychic abilities. Listening to your higher power and following it. Wisdom and insight. Inspiration. You'll hear your inspiration, you'll feel your inspiration, you'll be able to follow it and trust it. And creativity will flow out of you on a regular basis. So I'm going to read some affirmations, and I would like you to just whisper them to yourself, think them, say them quietly just inside. I am connected to my inner knowing. And just feel what that feels like. I trust my intuition. I seek to learn from my life experiences and lessons. I am connected to my higher power. I am connected to the wisdom of the universe. I am in alignment with my purpose. I am the source of my own truth. I am in alignment with my authentic self. My third eye sees all. I radiate indigo blue light from my third eye chakra. Take 3 deep breaths at your own pace and just let that all resonate with you. And moving forward through today and through your week ahead, say those affirmations anytime they come to mind. Think about what it would be like to have your third eye clear and live from that space. Thank you. We're going to now have a solo ride or sing along by me.
I can see clearly now. By Johnny Nash. see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the darkest clouds that had me blind. Be a bright, 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 bright sunshine day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 bright sunshine day. I think I made it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been waiting for. It's gonna be a bright, 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 bright sunshine day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Blue skies. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. One of the darkest clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright sunshine day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, bright sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright sunshiny day.
Now we're going to have energy work by Pastor Teresa.
Good morning. We're going to send some love and healing energy to our community, starting with all the lesbians everywhere. Next, we're going to send love and healing energy to gay men all around the world. Now we want to send love and healing energy to all bisexuals around the globe. Next, we're going to send all the love and healing energy to all transgender people throughout the world. Now we're going to send the love and healing energy to the queers throughout the globe. to our ally angels.
Thank you. Next, we're gonna have a sing-along. Lean on me.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. But if we're wise, we know that there is always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. I do have things for you to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. So just come on, my brother, when you need a hand. Oh, we all need somebody to lean on. Might just have a problem that you'll understand. But we all need somebody to lean on me. When you're not strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. So call on me, brother, when you need a hand. Oh, we all need somebody to lean on. Just might have a problem that you'll understand. Oh, we all need somebody to lean on. Lean on. That if there's a load, if there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right on the road, I'll share your load if you just call me.
Thank you. Now we have some energy work with Pastor Teresa.
Now we're going to send some love and healing energy to all the communities and human suffering that's happening around the world. Starting with the natural disasters, like the cyclone in India, the volcano eruption that displaced 18,000 people so far in the Philippines, all the wildfires in North America, the flooding, the landslides in Haiti. Next, we want to send a love and healing energy to all the victims of violent crimes, like the police brutality that claimed the life of a teenage boy in France, and all the participants of Pride that were held and hurt in Turkey. starvation and disease, like the outbreak of dengue in Naples, malaria here in the United States, and all the locust infections that have spread throughout the world. Next, for all the war-torn countries and the soldiers and the innocent lives that have been taken, like the Russian attacks on the Ukraine and in Sudan. And lastly, for the mass shooting at the block party in Philadelphia.
Thank you. Now we'll have the talk by Pastor Dan.
So I thought of this last night, but I thought the talk was a lot better than a message, right? So I guess I'm here to have the talk today. And I think the talk should be about conscious detachment. Not a big surprise, I guess. So let's talk about the kind of things that we need to practice conscious detachment in order to avoid in our lives. For example, let's say that you're born with one leg. How are you going to grow another one? You can't get around it. It's a simple fact, and no matter what you do, you can't control it, you can't fix it, you can't grow another leg. What if your wife is not in love with you anymore and she wants a divorce? You can't fix it. You can't say abracadabra and make her be in love again, because that's not going to happen. You have to somehow figure out how you're going to go forward in your life. And you have to accept that and keep on going. So it happens like this. We go through high school and we get our mindset on a college that we're going to go to. And we just know we're going there because something got in our head that said that's the college for us. And maybe it really is. So we set our mind on that, and it's the one college we apply to. And when we don't get in, what happens? We go right to suffering. The first rule of life is that there will be suffering. There's no avoiding it. It gets all of us. It doesn't necessarily whack us with the same things in life. Maybe only one of us gets one leg and makes us suffer. Maybe only one of us gets a divorce because our wife doesn't love us anymore. Maybe only one of us doesn't get in that one college we applied for, and now we can't get in any college because we didn't have a backup plan. We didn't apply at any others. Then we go out into the world and we start working, or we want to work and we have our mindset on a particular job that we want. And we don't get it because there's 300 other applicants, and probably more qualified than we are, or at least as qualified. So we didn't get it, but we only applied for the one. That's all we planned for. And again, what happens? We're disappointed, we're depressed, we're beside ourselves because we didn't plan for it. We don't know what to do but allow suffering to overtake us in our life. And it goes on and on and on with everything that happens in our life. In the first place, we don't plan well. So the first rule of thumb is to create options. We create options. We don't plan on one school that we're going to go to. We don't put all our eggs in one basket when we don't say our life is over because now I'm divorced, so nobody wants me. No, it was good while it was, and now it's not. And now you move forward, and you can stay by yourself the rest of your life, or you can put yourself out there and see what else is available for you, what your opportunities are. So when we pick 10 colleges and apply to all of those instead of the one, then if the one goes away and doesn't want us, that's okay, we still have 9 more. And if we create options in everything we do every day, we alleviate an awful lot of suffering in our life because we didn't put all our eggs in that one basket and assume that that's what was going to happen because we deemed it so. I've known teenagers that say, oh, nope, I'm just applying for the one job. I'm going to get that one. I don't want another one. And then they sit there and do nothing because they didn't get that job. So then they're depressed and, it takes them 6 months or a year to get to work after they're out of school because they haven't learned to not put their eggs in one basket. This continues through life and everything. In all of our relationships and everything we do, we tend to put our eggs in one basket and not think ahead and plan better. So if we create options, that's one of the biggest tools we can use to avoid the suffering that comes with the disappointment when we don't get whatever we've set our sights on. So when we've created options and we still are not getting what we want, then we have to practice acceptance. We need conscious detachment in order to do that. Now, what can we do? How can we practice conscious detachment? This is kind of driving me a little crazy. In the first place, we can breathe through it. Somebody's saying something that you don't like, they're doing something, I don't care, it's on the TV, on the news, that happens every day, we see that stuff. But we get in a conversation with a relative, a friend, a loved one, our partner, and they're saying and doing something that we hate, and we're like, but I can't control that. We have to get to that acceptance and say, I can't control that, I can only control this. So we learn that first, and then we say, but how can I shut up and not have to have a fight about that because I'm unable to control it? We let all the negative of whatever they're doing pass right through us as though we're almost invisible, as though we're clear and nothing is stopping it. There's nothing inside of us, so that negative energy can just pass right through us and keep on going with no effect on us, our life, or our consciousness, or our happiness. We then do not have to suffer. So the one thing that we can do to avoid suffering, really avoid suffering, is to practice conscious detachment and not get hung up in the negative of what other people say and think and do on a regular basis, every single day of their lives. Because if we don't, we simply suffer. We don't have any choice. We'll be at odds with our partner, with our friends, with our relatives, with our employers, with the people we employ. Whatever your life has called you to do, you're going to have relationships, and they're not always going to live like you want them to live. And if you've raised children, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because those are the first ones that teach us that they're not going to do what we want them to do. Well, maybe our parents are the first ones that, we can't do a lot of the things we want to do because they're in charge of us until we get a certain age, and then we're in charge of us, and then later we're in charge of other people. are. If they're little kids, I like to say that when they're about 8, you lose control over them to some great extent. You can still somewhat protect them, but they're out there in school, they're out there going down the street to play with their friends, that you really don't have much control over them anymore. And they get to the point where they say, so I'll be in trouble. Who cares? I'd rather go do this and then I can, not watch TV for a week. But at least I went to the party or whatever, the sleepover or the hangout at the friend's house I'm not supposed to go play with. And it carries on into our adult life and it just keeps going. So when we practice conscious detachment and we let those things pass through us and not have an effect on our level of consciousness, we avoid all that suffering that comes, the misery that comes when we enter into conflict. Because that's what happens when we try to control other people and we don't accept that we can't. Our life becomes a conflict, constant conflict with whoever it is that we'd like to control and cannot. So we don't have any choice but to let it pass through us and not have an effect so that we can continue our level of consciousness and let that person worry about their own level of consciousness. Now, the 2 things that we can do is inspire and encourage other people to get in a better space and to get on a better level of consciousness themselves. We can pull them by the hand and drag them sometimes behind us, and then sometimes we can push them in front of us and watch them fly faster than we do. That happens on a regular basis if you work at it. But conscious detachment and creating options in our life are the 2 things that we can do to avoid a lot of the suffering. Then you get up to the level of reason because you're practicing acceptance. Now you can go on and make contributions to planet Earth, to people, you can figure out who you are and how you're going to contribute to humanity when you rise up to the level of reason, which is a vibration of 400, so that's pretty doggone good for human, especially if you're on your first time through. I like to say I'm in my 19th life, and I believe it's true, and I must suck because I haven't gotten it right yet, and I think that we keep coming back until we do get it right. So, I'm still a work in progress, and so are all of you. I know that because I can see you. You're here in front of me. You haven't crossed over and reached enlightenment, or you wouldn't be here with me now. None of us have. So we're still here trying to figure it out, and we're doing the best we can. And if we practice conscious detachment and give ourselves options all the time, we'll find that life becomes much easier and the suffering in our life is much less. Now, there's not a lot that we can do about people that are ill. We understand they're going to die, and we don't want them to, and it's going to be a horrendous loss for us. Conscious detachment, again, at that point you can't give yourself any options because it's beyond your control. But when you practice acceptance, you will learn that you will find yourself adjusting to what is. And it makes a difference of how you think about things when you know that you are not in control. The other person is. The other person is in control of whatever they think and say and do. And the only thing we can control is this. So we want to always control it on a level that raises us up instead of drags us down. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we're going to have a sing along. Here Comes the Sun by Reed as we pass the offering plate.
Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long into their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Little darling, it feels like ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years you've been here and clear. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun, do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright.
Thank you. Next, we're going to have a guided meditation by Pastor Jan.
Okay, I want everybody to close your eyes and focus on your breath. Take a deep inhale and hold it, and then exhale. And let's do that 3 times. And let's hold it on the inhale before we exhale. That quiet space in between your inhale and your exhale is the real story of going within. In that space, you'll find your answers to everything you need to know. When you quiet yourself, you quiet your mind, you focus on nothing but your breath, so that you rid your mind of every thought that pops in. You just focus on the air, on your inhale, filling your lungs and expanding them. And then the quiet time in the middle where your answers live. And then your exhale and push all of that breath out of you. And then do it again. Inhale. Let your lungs fill with air. Hold it. And then exhale, pushing all the breath back out of you. And let's do that 10 more times. Inhale, with your lungs filling. Hold it. Exhale. Inhale. Fill your lungs. Hold it. And exhale. Inhale, fill your lungs, feel the air taking up every inch of your lungs, hold it, and exhale. Inhale, feel the air rushing into your lungs, hold it, and exhale. Inhale, breathe deeply, let your lungs be filled with air. Hold it, and exhale. Hold it. And exhale. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Inhale. One last time. Hold it. And exhale. Now take a moment, a few more breaths, and what I want you to do before your next big breath is to think of a question that you are pondering, a situation that you need to find an answer to, a dilemma, something that puzzles you, and you're looking for an answer. So I want you to take your breath and just let your thoughts run free. If something else pops in, shut it back out again. Acknowledge it and let it go. And find yourself focusing on the question that puzzles you. Just breathe in and out and hold it in the middle so that you can ponder the answer you're looking for. Please rise for the benediction. Repeat after me. Peace to my brothers.
Peace to my brothers.
Peace to my sisters.
Peace to my sisters.
Peace to my siblings.
Peace to my siblings.
Peace to the whole world.
Peace to the whole world.
And peace to me.
Peace to me.
Namaste, my friends. Go in peace. And by the way, Namaste means the divine in me recognizes the divine in you. We all have it within us. Please stay after and join us in a wonderful drum circle so we can send that good positive energy out there into the world once again.